Partnered with one of the most established and innovative educators in Florence, the Lorenzo de' Medici Institute, Marist College has offered study abroad opportunities in Italy for more than 2 decades. And with the formation of the Florence branch campus, Marist is now able to offer a comprehensive, full-year study abroad program for freshmen. The Freshman Florence Experience is truly a unique opportunity.
Well, I think any student who's a freshman who's taking foundation courses, to take that foundation in the foundation of Western culture is an incredible opportunity. These are students who are going to take philosophy where some of the great philosophers lived. So here you are in a place where this was very important. And one of the things that Lorenzo de' Medici does is it celebrates that kind of Renaissance humanistic learning. So to get a foundation for the rest of your education in a place like that, that's priceless.
I took art history in Florence, which is amazing because I'm not looking at slides of things and I'm not just looking at a textbook. I was literally going all over Florence because there's so much artwork there.
The locations, I think this is very important. So the connection between the works of art and the territory, so the location of the works of art, how they have to be viewed. I think Florence is great for this opportunity.
Every day you get to walk to your classes and you're walking past like all these piazzas and the Arno River, and you get to see everything that you're learning about while you learn about it.
Things are very specific to the culture and things that are really interesting that you haven't been exposed to before. There are different cooking classes and culture classes, and you're required to take a culture class anyway. So when you go abroad, you are living the culture.
In my communications class, I have someone from Mexico City and then someone from Kazakhstan, which just, for a communications class, it just makes it so much more interesting because you get so many more perspectives.
Florence really has the largest selection of classes. I've thought about going to Australia and other places like that, but being in Europe, you really get to travel to all different countries.
I went to Budapest and Paris, and we traveled all up and down Italy. We got to see a lot of Europe, but really got to learn the city as well.
We have the same small class environment that you'd come to expect from Marist, and all the classes are in English except some Italian intensive courses.
All of these are great facilities that would stand up to anything that you would find in the United States. And they're in the shadow of the dome by Brunelleschi.
We recognize that it's the first collegiate experience for these students in general, so we're trying to build a new set of study skills, attention to their courses, as they would get at any college or university orientation. But we also have to recognize that not only are they coming to college for the first time, but they're doing it in a foreign country. So they get a crash course in culture, they get a crash course in language, and we sort of introduce them to every single aspect of what it's like to be on your own, shopping, cooking meals for yourself. There's a sort of mini course in how to live independently.
The RDs and the RAs were fantastic with making sure that we were all comfortable running programs that made us feel like we were at home.
They had people at the school always willing to give you any advice anytime you needed something. There was someone there to help you out.
I never felt like I was alone there, and I know my other cohorts felt the same way.
There's a whole transition. First, they come into the Italian culture and they're just amazed with everything that they're seeing. And in fact, I think one of the great parts of being in Florence is that almost every step you take is an education, especially initially. Then you begin to grasp sort of like all the riches that are specific to Florence. And then ultimately, I think you become sort of comfortable with that.
A program like this takes a certain amount of gusto if you're going to go for it. A lot of people would initially say no to something like this. And it isn't common. Not many other schools have programs like this.
I definitely took the fast track to maturity when I went to Florence.
I have to tell you, from meeting with the students both before, during, and after their experience, it is a life-changing experience for them.
It puts me almost on a higher level, I hope, than other students that didn't take advantage of this.
They come back to the United States with this sort of self-confidence that you don't see in students normally transitioning from their freshman to sophomore year.
It took a lot of confidence to choose to spend my freshman year this way.
It's definitely going to be something that I'll never forget.
When you live in a different culture, there's no way that can't change you. You cannot stay the same person and live in a different culture for a year. You can't not grow.